So this is the story of my 9.3 pound bass. I know people have called bigger, but this is the largest one I've ever caught. Bigger than my dad's ever caught. So I wake up early in the morning. We're camping. I try to shake my friends up out of their hammocks. They won't get up. They're too tired. And so I'm sitting there like, well, crap. I'm not allowed to go fishing without somebody else. We have to have a little buddy system thing going. And then I see this one city kid. He gets up out of his tent, and he was there camping with us for the day. And I was like, hey, want to go fishing with me? And he was like, sure. But he didn't really fish. He just came there to talk. And I'm sitting out there. I was using a little popper. And on about my 8th cast, I was like, I've been getting way more bites on a worm. I haven't felt anything on this popper. So I was like, I'm just going to use a worm. So as I'm reeling it in, this bass just comes up and inhales my bait. And I'm sitting there. He put up a pretty good fight. And then he gets caught up in all this trash and crap out there. And I'm like, he's not getting off. I'm not letting this fish get away. I said, here's my rod. I gave it to the city kid. I told him to keep the rod tip up. I'm going out there. I swam through all this trash and stuff. It came up to about right here on me. And I'm sitting out there. I break the limb that the line's on, and I get him out of all this trash. And I hold him up like, oh my gosh. Like, he didn't fight as strong as that 9-pound bass I thought would, but he fought pretty good. And then I hold him up, and I was like, this has got to be a 7.5-pound bass at least. So I go back, and we didn't have a scale with us, so we got the length and the girth. The length was either 21 or 23 inches long. I can't really remember. And the girth was 18. So we put that on this little thing that you can get online nowadays. And one of them showed like 8 something pounds, almost 9 pounds, and the other one showed 9.3, but apparently the 9.3 one, that one was more accurate, so that's the one that I went by. And so I'm thinking about getting it mounted. I probably am. And I'm gonna get a what do you call it, a replica of it. And anyways, we were leaving when I got back, and I didn't really have much time to get it back to the pond and come back and take up all my tent and my hammock and everything. So there was this really deep creek right beside us. I ran it up and down in the creek, just sat here and did this until finally it regained its strength. And it swam downstream, and I saw where it went, and about 10 minutes later, when I'd gotten my tent down, I went over there, I walked down the side of the bank, and I saw it down there, and it was, it done found a little place to hide. But my friend Deontay, he came back with probably about a 1-pound bass, and he said, I want to put it in the creek too, so that maybe we can populate the creek. I was like, all right. He went down there, he released it, and I'm sitting there. I watched his fish go downstream, and my fish didn't like it. So it may or may not have ate it. I didn't tell him that. But, yeah, that's basically the entire story of my bass.